Lying pedo Carl Beech is freed from prison early after he was jailed for murderous VIP child abuse ring claims. Published by The Sun. Pedo freed. A lying pedo who convinced police of the existence of a murderous VIP Westminster child abuse ring has been released from prison, after serving less than half of his sentence. Conman and fraudster Carl Nick Beech, 58, was moved to an undisclosed probation hostel in the West Country last week. He leveled a slew of allegations at politicians, generals and senior figures in the Intelligence Services Credit, PA, Press Association. He spent 7 years and 4 months of his 18-year sentence behind bars, but the Ministry of Justice set him free to free up space in Britain's packed prisons. In 2014, the father of one leveled a slew of allegations at politicians, generals and senior figures in the intelligence services. According to the Daily Mail, the Ministry of Justice has not addressed whether Beech has now admitted lying about the VIP abuse ring. Beech alleged that he was one of the victims of a demonic sex ring operating in the late 1970s and early 1980s, and that he had witnessed 3 child murders by members of the same group. Cops gave him the sobriquet, Nick, to protect his identity as the case went to trial, would last 18 months and featured him as the star witness, after a £2.5 million police investigation. Later, the Metropolitan Police was forced to apologize and pay compensation over its handling of the allegations. The mythomaniac managed to pull the wool over the eyes of Scotland Yard detectives, journalists and former Labour deputy leader, now Lord, Tom Watson. But eventually his lies were uncovered, leading to his conviction and sentencing in July 2019. His sentence was made up of 16.5 years for fraud and perverting the court of justice, with 18 months added for possession of child abuse images. He pleaded guilty to child sexual offences in a separate trial at Newcastle Crown Court before denying them in his other, longer trial. Beech's original release date was October 1, 2027, but following changes to sentencing policies made by the Labour government, his release date has been brought forward to this month. Most of his prison sentence was served at Garth Jail, a Category B closed prison in Lancashire. Former Home Secretary Leon Britton and retired Armed Forces Chief Field Marshal Lord Bromwell were among those falsely accused and had their houses raided by police. Sir Edward Heath, British Prime Minister from 1970 to 1974, was also accused of his lies, including claims he was tortured with wasps and snakes. The Ministry of Justice confirmed to The Sun that Beech has been released under supervision by the Probation Service. A spokesperson said, "Carl Beech's crimes were shocking and had far-reaching consequences, and our thoughts remain with all those affected. Offenders released on license are subject to strict conditions and can be returned to prison immediately if they breach them." Beech is a former pediatric nurse and chairman of a board of school governors. At his court sentencing in 2019, Mr. Justice Goss described him as intelligent, resourceful, manipulative and devious. The Ministry of Justice has confirmed Beech's release. In a statement it said, "Carl Beech's crimes were shocking and had far-reaching consequences, and our thoughts remain with all those affected. Offenders released on license are subject to strict conditions and can be returned to prison immediately if they breach them."